Hello everybody, welcome to F1 Grandstand. I'm Tony Craig, and if you are an F1 fan, you are in the right place. Join the community and get involved. Now, let's talk caddies, specifically the Cadillac F1 team coming to the grid in 2026. Now, team boss Graeme Lowdon has been talking, and my sources, Tubby George, has told me there aren't 7 drivers in the frame, there are 4 for the 2 available seats, and one of them might just shock you, and we're going to discuss them all in the show, so buckle up and let's get into it. First of all, this is Graeme Lowdon, team boss, Cadillac. He was the team boss at Marussia F1 team all the way back in 2012 to 2015. They weren't very good. Back of the grid. Didn't win anything, just to let you know. He's an engineer by trade. He was the founder of a company called Nomad Digital in 2002 that basically put Wi-Fi on trains, amongst a load of other things, but he made a ton of money. He looks like a movie star. He's going to be like the George Clooney of the paddock, and he is General Motors guy to build and run the F1 Cadillac race team. Now, like I said before, there are 4 drivers in the mix, and we're going to talk about all of them. But Cadillac, being Cadillac, they want an American driver in a seat. But how many American F1 drivers can you name? They do have one though. He's a wild card, and I'm going to get to him in just a moment. But you can just see it, can't you? The guy runs Cadillac with his big Texan hat. I want an American driver driving that caddy. Okay, I won't do any more accents. That was terrible. But let's have a look at someone you will know who's in the frame. So first up, we're going to have a look at Mick Schumacher. Yeah, we all know his dad is Michael, the legend, the 7-time world champion. So he's won the most amount of world championships bar anyone other than Lewis Hamilton, who's tied with 7 world championships, and he was quite possibly the greatest F1 driver that ever lived. So big boots to fill. Now, he raced for Haas for 2 years in 2021 and 2022. Now, in 2021 he had 22 starts, he scored no points, and he finished 19th in the Drivers' Championships. Now, in 2022, he had 21 GP starts, he scored 12 points, and that was in 2 races. He finished 16th in the championship, and his best qualifying position was 6th, and his best race finish was also 6th. So he hasn't set the world alight in Formula 1. But can you imagine if your dad's Michael Schumacher? Can you imagine the pressure you're under? And the thing is, he's still only 26 years old. It feels like he's been around the paddock for ages. So he is itching to get back in an F1 seat. He's got a lot to prove. He's got some experience, but he's no more than a rookie really. In 2 seasons, no real results. But he was in a Haas at a time when Haas were not competitive. So that's one driver who is in the mix, and they are considering. Next one in the mix, you will know him very well. Check him out. It's Checo, Sergio Perez. He's 35 years old. Now, looking at his stats, he's had 281 starts, he's had 39 podiums, he's had 3 poles, he's had 6 wins, he's had 12 fastest laps, and he has finished a 2nd and a 3rd in the World Championship with Red Bull. Like, you can't argue with the fact that he's got experience, and he has got the skills. Like, a lot of people went off Sergio Perez, but I'll come to that in a minute. And in 2024, he finished 8th in the World Championship for Red Bull, and that was when he lost his seat. So this is why people went off him, because they saw Max winning races, being an absolute hero in that car. And Sergio was saying over and over again, this car is undrivable. He finished 8th in the World Championship. Christian Horner then replaced him because the car is shit for everybody else other than Max, because Max got this very unique driving style where he likes the car set up with a really super aggressive twitchy front end. So there's been a revival and a bit of a reprieve for Sergio. They realised that perhaps it wasn't his fault. He was maybe better than what everyone was saying when he was finished 8th in the championship and lost his seat in Formula 1. So he is actually a really good option for Cadillac. He's super experienced. And, you know, we have to say, he was proven to be right about the Red Bull car. Now, onto my guy. We all know and love this guy. Valtteri Bottas. He's 35 years old. Obviously, Mercedes' third driver right now. Now, he's my guy, but look at him. He looks like he won his seat by winning a competition on the back of a cornflake packet. Or maybe like a reality TV show where he got the highest score on Outrun. It was an arcade game back in the 90s. But I love that about him. Like if you want to literally laugh your arse off, you need to check out Valtteri's Instagram. He is bon on the funniest guy in the paddock. But he's not just funny, he's quick. He's had 246 Grand Prix starts. He's had 19 fastest laps. He's had 10 Grand Prix wins, 67 podiums. That's 27% of his races he's been on the podium. He's had 20 pole positions, and he has had points finishes in 59% of his races. Those stats are great. And look at him. The dude's got a mullet. Fastest mullet in the world. You should get that on a t-shirt. In fact, I'm going to make those t-shirts. Fastest mullet in the world for my guy Bottas. So his stats are really good. He's the coolest guy in the paddock. I mean, the mullet alone should get him a drive for Cadillac. He's driven for Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, Sauber, and Williams. You know, he's got tons of experience working in different teams. He would bring not only his speed, his humour, but he's going to bring all of that knowledge and experience working with all those teams. I think he would be the ideal choice if they can get him. Now, as promised, I told you, I want an American driver in that caddy. But who? Who? Let me introduce you to Colton Herta. He's 25 years old. Okay, let me tell you about this kid. He's in his 7th season in IndyCar, and he's driving the Cambridge Honda for Andretti Global. At just 25 years old, Colton Herta is a 2-time winner of the Rolex 24 Hours at Daytona. He's a 9-time IndyCar winner and the overall winner of the 2024 Sebring 12 Hours. Now, if you know those races, they are grueling. The 24 Hours, the 12 Hours, they are grueling races. And he's won them all. He became the youngest driver ever to win an IndyCar race with his first IndyCar victory in his rookie season in 2019 with Harding Steinbrenner Racing by winning at 18 years old in 359 days. He also holds a record as the youngest pole winner in IndyCar with his first pole award at Road America at the age of 19 years and 83 days. Herta closed the season with back-to-back victories in his home state of California with wins at Laguna Seca and the Grand Prix of Long Beach, where he passed 13 cars for the victory. Like, this kid knows how to win, he knows how to overtake, and he's looking like an amazing prospect for that American seat in that caddy. Now, he's the youngest driver in American history to have won major events at 2 of America's most iconic tracks, Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Daytona International Speedway, and is one of the most successful American racers of his time. So, what is the catch? What is the hurdle with him? Well, to drive an F1, you need something called the super license. Yeah, they've got the tip-top, top of the tree, jewel in the crown, super license. If you ain't got one of those, kid, you ain't getting in. And he hasn't got one of those. You need to accrue 40 points within 3 years to gain your super license. These are super license points. He currently sits with 31 super license points. He needs 9 more. Now, he could be the solution to the American driver. It's tricky but possible, because you get super license points by how high you finish in the series that you're in, or by taking part in free practice. Free practice? Who am I, Sean Connery? In free practice. In the minute, okay, if he finishes 5th in the IndyCar Championship, he'll get, if he finishes 4th in the IndyCar Championship, he'll get 10 points, which will take him over the 40 points, which will mean he will get that seat. He's nailed on, he's in. If he finishes 5th, he'll get 8 points, which means he'll be 1 point clear. He'll need 1 point to get his 40 points, right? Stay with me. He's currently in the championship. He's currently 8th, unfortunately, with 278 points. And his teammate, Cal Kirkwood, is 3rd on 363 points. So how is he going to get the 9 points he needs? Well, those are the options. He's either got to win he's got to either win, he's got to win at least 2 of the last 5 races to get with the driver championship. And let's say he finishes 4th, he gets his 10 points, he gets his license, he's going to get the drive. If he finishes 5th, he'll get 8 points. He can get another point, okay, because you get 1 super license point for a free practice run in an F1 car, completing 100 kilometers of driving without incident. So if he goes and drives in free practice for a Formula 1 team, he will get 1 super license point as long as he completes that 100 kilometers. So he could either get his 10 points from finishing 4th in the IndyCar Championship, or if he doesn't do that, he can get a mix of getting those super license points. If he finishes 5th and he gets 8 points, 2 free practices, he'll get another 2 points, and that'll give him his 40 points. He's so close. I'm sure the guys at Caddy are going, that's our American driver. Get him them points. Maybe. I don't know, but that's the American driver they want. So the worst case scenario is, okay, he doesn't get to 40 points this season, but I guarantee Cadillac will have him doing all their free practices next season they'll do whatever it takes to get him those 40 points, because that's the American driver that they want. But let's say he doesn't make his 40 points. Which drivers do you think should deserve or will get that Cadillac drive? So we've got Mick Schumacher without a really good record, to be honest. He's only done 40-odd Grand Prix. His dad's Michael Schumacher. The weight of that must be huge. However, the motivation of that for the right type of character could be he wants to prove everybody wrong. It might be the making of him. He's only 26 years old. And then obviously you go with the safe pair of hands, the experienced driver with Sergio Perez, who is a brilliant driver. There's no doubt about it. Checo can drive. He's also got the experience to help build the car, to set up the car. He definitely knows what doesn't work because of his last couple of seasons at Red Bull. He knows that bag of shite. So he can help. And you've got to remember as well, Cadillac have got a decent power plant next season. They're running with a Ferrari power plant. So they could be competitive, you know, with the right driver. Remember what Braun did? They came from nowhere, win a world championship within 2 seasons. You know, Cadillac, you know, they've got a lot of money, you know. And one thing I know about the Americans is they like to win. So Sergio Perez could be instrumental in helping build that team from day one. And that's the same for let's bring him back. That's the same for my guy, for Valtteri. Look at him. Just for his Instagram alone, he should get the drive. If he can get him away from Mercedes, because he is under contract. He is Mercedes' 3rd driver, right? And I know Alpine are interested in him too. And I think if Christian Horner does succeed in his takeover of Alpine or getting an equity stake and becoming team principal there, I have a feeling he'll quite like to get Bottas, because one thing I do know is Colapinto he's out. Gasly's going to stay, but Pinto is going to be gone. So actually Bottas will be in demand. The only thing is, there's no way Toto Wolff is going to help out Christian Horner. So Bottas it'd be my choice. Would it be your choice? I don't want to know what you think in the comments, but it'd definitely be my choice. Oh, look at him. But you know what I mean though? Maybe, you know when they say, okay, won a competition, you know when they said, all right kids, send in, I want you all to draw a car and send it in. The best car wins a seat in Formula 1. And he's gone, look, Mum, look at my drawing. Sent it in and boom, there he is, driving a Formula 1 car. Really freaking quickly though. Sorry, Valtteri, you are still my absolute favourite. So yeah, so if it was me, I'd give it Valtteri. And then if I couldn't give Colton a rookie season because he hasn't got the 40 points, Mick or Sergio, gosh. Would Bottas and Perez get on, 2 senior drivers? Maybe Maybe you'd give Schumacher a run. Maybe it's a tough one because I'm backing Bottas. I know a lot of you be like, no way, Sergio gets a drive. Maybe Sergio and Bottas for the first season. Maybe mix out. If you held my hand to the fire, I'm going with Bottas. And I'm going with Perez. I'm taking experience, first season in F1. I'm taking 2 experienced drivers to help develop that car, ready for the next generation, which is probably going to be Colton Herta and somebody else, maybe another American. But that's for me, that's what I think. But I'd love to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. I promise I'll see those comments and I will respond to you. But that's what we're talking about today. Also, don't forget, Belgium Grand Prix this weekend. I will be doing a watch along for qualifying and the race. What that means is, as the race is going on, I'll be watching it here, you'll be watching it there, and we can discuss things to the chat window live as it happens. Yeah, we're going to do some watch-alongs, it'll be fun. So we can all watch it together, everybody is welcome. We might all learn something together. So that's this weekend, live, qualifying, and race. We will be doing, it's me, it's just me. I will be doing a live stream. Please come and join me. So that's it. Thanks for watching F1 Grandstand. Please like, comment, join the community, subscribe and hit the bell so you can keep up to date. I will be back tomorrow with more news. I'll see you then.